Welcome to an at-home edition of Slice of KnightLife. I'm Bruce Beck, along with Pat Hobbs, the Director of Intercollegiate Athletics on the banks of the old Raritan. And Pat, these are unprecedented times due to the coronavirus pandemic. I want to just start by asking you how you're doing personally and professionally.
Thank you, Bruce. It's good to be with you, even in this altered format. First, my thoughts go out to everyone who's struggling. Here in the New York metropolitan area, obviously, we have the greatest rising cases, and a lot of people are suffering, and unfortunately, a lot of people have already lost their lives. So we really do send our thoughts and our prayers to all of those folks, and we hope they're able to get through, and those who are suffering can recover as quickly as they can. Here, it's a different world for all of us, and we spend our day now sitting, whether it's at a dining room table, a kitchen table, in constant communication with as many of our constituencies as we can. I have a 8:45 a.m. call every morning with Big Ten athletic directors. We have calls scheduled throughout the day. I have a COVID-19 working group that consists of my exec team and some of the other folks here at Rutgers. We have weekly calls with our head coaches. We had a full staff meeting yesterday by WebEx, and we had 291 people. I think it was the greatest ever attendance we had on a full staff meeting. So it's a different world. It's an unprecedented world. It's a time of anxiety and uncertainty for athletics as we're all trying to forecast ahead and think, when can we get back to some sense of normalcy here? So it's just very, very different, but I'm really, really proud of everybody at Rutgers Athletics and the way they're continuing to work. And for the student athletes, they're sort of used to the technological world in a way that we're not. So I think they've adjusted more quickly than we have in many ways.
Pat, what is Rutgers doing to flatten the curve?
First of all, we're all staying. If you don't have a reason to go down to the campus, and I think most people don't, then stay at home. And even when staying at home, that means staying at home. So if you don't make those needless trips to the supermarket, don't get out on your street and end up socializing and everything else. We really have to be vigilant. And so one of the things we do is we keep messaging that, whether it's our student athletes or our coaches, we continue to message that social distancing is going to be the most important thing that we can do in order to flatten the curve. Our facilities are all closed. Young people, they want to work out, they want to come to your facilities. We've not been able to do that. We've closed our facilities. Our facilities have all been cleaned and shuttered for a time when we can return. So it's constant messaging. It's creating support networks so that folks do have ways they can reach out. I know our coaches have been FaceTiming their student athletes. And just encouraging, you need to stay home. And, for the healthiest of our population, that's particularly challenging. They want to get out. These are athletes. They want to get out. They want to get to, whether it's to a park or wherever else, they want to do things that they're normally able to do. And they have been great about understanding the need to distance themselves.
Pat, what is your overall recommendation to your student athletes since we really are in uncharted waters?
Trust the scientists, trust the healthcare professionals. They'll let us know when it's safe for us to engage in other types of activities. And so there's lots of work for us to do in athletics, but we can do it from home. As I said, we have a morning call with our exec team. There's many projects that we're continuing to move forward with that will ultimately benefit our student athletes. But the best thing that they can continue to do for us is attend their classes remotely. Really work hard on their academics. This is an opportunity for them to really work hard on academics in a different environment. And we'll get back to all of the other things that we normally do. Our coaches, our strength coaches, are giving those student athletes things that they can do at home. Some of the athletes we've sent home with different sorts of equipment, whether they're bands or other things. We are continuing to pay attention to the nutritional needs of our student athletes, and in some cases, sending them nutritional care packages. And so we're doing everything we can to give them the ability to do what they need to do, and that's to stay at home, attend to their classes, and try to take care of their bodies as much as they can.
What about your staff and your coaches? How do you keep them upbeat? What are you saying to them during this time?
Sure, communication. I mean, it's about constant communication. We'll have another head coach's call coming this Friday. We're getting a lot of information from various sources, where it's the Big Ten, whether it's Brian Strom, who's a chancellor of our RBHS school, which is all of our health sciences and our medical schools. It's trying to provide a constant flow of information. The NCAA is meeting, and they're adjusting a variety of things. We talk about spring athletes and the opportunities we might provide them in the future. So it's communication, and then it is talking about just how well positioned Rutgers athletics is for the future. You know, our season got cut short. We knew we were there with women's basketball, men's basketball. We had 5 wrestlers going out to the NCAA championships. So the best days for Rutgers athletics lie ahead, and people need to just remember that.
How will you ensure recognition for athletes? Might there be a fall graduation ceremony? Are you doing something with our awards in that regard?
Great question. So on the R Awards, we are going to do a online R Awards announcement, and I'll have a message for our student athletes expressing appreciation for everything they've done throughout the year. We'll have our male athlete of the year, our female athlete of the year, and we'll have some other presentations during that. It's going to be different, it's going to be unusual, but it's such an important moment for our student athletes that we want to make sure that we can have that. It's interesting you ask about commencement, because when I did my call with all of our student athletes last week, that was the one question that came up, is we so love Rutgers University. It's such an important part of our lives. Will we have an opportunity to return to campus and have some sort of commencement opportunity, even if it's just with athletics? And I said, absolutely, that we're happy to make that promise. That's something that's very important. We say you're Scarlet forever, and we mean you're Scarlet forever. So those student athletes will be back celebrating with us as soon as we can do it safely.
We all bleed scarlet, Pat. Thank you for joining us, and certainly be well, my friend.
You as well. Thank you, Bruce.
And to all of our loyal viewers, stay tuned for more Slice of KnightLife in the weeks ahead. I'm Bruce Beck. Be safe and be strong.